I see 6 people watching. Okay, I'm gonna make this a quick update because we're about to fire up the grill. Um, and Doug's opened up some painting and trim work in the boys' bedroom. That's getting a complete overhaul. So, it is official. I'm gonna be a grandma again, and I'm really happy. I'm trying to con my daughter into moving to Florida. She doesn't want to. She wants us to move there. It ain't happening. It's not happening. But thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. So it appears that my daughter is a statistic of the pandemic, but not in the sense you would think. There seems to be a plethora. Hello, Stroker. There's a very large onslaught of people having unexpected pregnancies because when the pandemic started and they were shutting everything down, she was supposed to go in to get her prescription refilled for her birth control, which I think they should just send in the prescription without it having to go in, you know. And they wouldn't see her. They weren't seeing anybody. And she was like, no, 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 no. I'm out of my birth control. I really need you to at least call it in. They said, well, we can't call it in until you come in to see us. She's been on it for years. So she was on it for a while before the first one. So they didn't give her her birth control. And she finally got an appointment for, guess when? June 23rd. Well, it's too late. She had a list a mile long waiting in line to be seen when they started to open back up partially. And it was too late. So she's pregnant. Life comes at you sometimes, you know. She wanted another one, absolutely, but she wanted to wait until Casima was a little bit older. She's enjoying being a mom to the one. And, yeah, so she's going to be a mommy again, and I'm going to be a grandmommy again, a neener. And it sucks that we can't travel there to see her. We would never expose the family to something if we had it, you know. So hopefully by the time the baby comes, which her due date is May the 1st, she gets an ultrasound on the 22nd. Yes, a grandma one more time. And I'm not done. I still have a son who's yet to have kids and wants a lot of them. So I'll be a grandma a few more times. I have no doubt about that. But so that's my update. I'm going to be a grandma again. I've known for several days, but my daughter told me not to say anything yet. She was still trying to absorb the life change. And yeah, I'm happy. And it's been hard for me not to say anything to anybody. I told my mom and I told my mother-in-law. And I told Bean Sprout and one other friend that I won't say. If they want to say who they are, then, you know, then they will. But that was it. I didn't tell anybody else. Hey, Mara. Hi, Beth. Yeah, it should. She had, thank you, Beth. She had preeclampsia with Casima. Shane, Casima's going to be a big sister. And they induced her at 38 weeks. She thinks they'll do it again with this one because that tends to be a routine. When you have it once, it tends to happen with all of them. So, if they do induce her 2 weeks early like before, that means the baby will be Valentine's Day, which would be cool since my son was due Valentine's Day and he was born the day before. But, yeah, so Grandma, she is 5 weeks and 5 days today. She had to get a Qantas test done because she hadn't been to her doctor in a while because of the quarantine or the shelter in place and all that shit. And they didn't know how far. They knew that her periods were weird. The last period was super weird, and then the one before that one was weird. And it was like 38 days or something. It was weird between, and it wasn't a regular normal period. So she knew something was weird, but she thought it was because of coming off of birth control. like that, just after being on it for so long, which is true. That does happen. So, um, we're going to deal with it. We're going to find a way to visit. She's worried about us not being able to come because she doesn't want us to come if the stuff is still going on. I don't blame her. And I don't know. It's just, pull my hair back here. It's just, it's a bittersweet thing. This is hardly the times we want to live in to have a child, but life comes at you, and you do what you do, But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know I'm gonna be a neener again. And she sent me the picture of the pregnancy test, and then she actually FaceTimed me to show me the test, but then she sent me a picture of the second one. She took one right behind it, and there's two of them laying side by side, and I messaged her back and went, "Oh my God, it's twins." She was like, "Shut up." Because, two tests. I was trying to lighten her mood, but she's feeling better about it today. She's feeling a lot better about it, and it freaks you out at first, it's a little freaky when you're not expecting it, when you're not planning, because I told her, I said, "Shane, I planned your brother, I planned your sister, you came out of left field somewhere, and it was hard to process, and so I can totally understand her shock. I remember the shock of my unexpected one. So would it be funny if she ended up with two girls to her sister's two boys? I know, and that's what I said. Well, I said, I've always thought my son would have two girls, and that with Mag having two boys, Wayne would have two girls, and Shane would have a girl and a boy. She'll at least have one of each. She may have two of each, I don't know, but she'll at least have one of each, a girl and a boy. I don't know yet. I'm not going to call the sex of this one just yet, which I always get it right. With every grandkid, I've gotten it right. But I am going to call it when I feel it in my gut, when I know, because, Mama always knows. Grandma always knows. They just do. Twin girls would be cool, wouldn't it? If she had twins, I would most definitely have to move back to North Carolina to help her. I don't want to move away from Florida. I would try to drag her here. I planned for 10 years for my second. Ooh, gosh, that's too far apart for me. That's because Mama's knows. Exactly. Mama always knows. If you're pregnant with a boy or a girl or whatever, yeah. I don't feel it yet. It's not there yet, but it will be. I'm just not sure. The fireworks are driving me crazy. And it's storming, you guys. People are so stupid. The rain comes and goes. But, being a grandma again, I'm kind of reevaluating my food intake. I'm not ready to just, I was going to say, buy a rocking chair and just rock myself to death as I'm sitting in a friggin' rocking chair, rocking. My oldest and youngest are 10 years apart, and I've got one in between them. Oh, wow, yeah. I knew our first was a girl and the second was a boy. Same with me, Maura. I knew my first one was a girl and I knew my second one was a boy. The third one I swore was going to be a girl. I was like, nope, boy. I said, I don't know. I'm feeling a girl. And sure enough, there was my Shaney girl, my baby dumpling, my mini-me. So Mama's always known. Mama always knows. And I knew Shane was a girl. There was no doubt in my mind with any of them. Yep. There's a connection between mother and child that is just undeniable. There's a literal physical connection. You're sharing body fluids and bloods, and your heartbeat lulls them to sleep, so yeah, there's definitely a connection there that gives you that insight. So what you think about the whole, oh, I don't want to talk about this. This is my happy post. Maybe another stream, but not this one. But anyway, yeah, so I knew when my daughter got pregnant and even packed her picked her due date, freaked her out. Yeah, like I say, my son was due Valentine's Day and was born the day before. My daughter Madison was due on Labor Day, and she was born the day before, I believe, the day before, or whatever it was. It was like right there. She was born Labor Day weekend. How appropriately named, right? My daughter and I are very connected, even with my son, but more with my daughter. Yeah, yep. It's something, I don't know. I'm pretty connected to Wayne, but he's doing this lifestyle, where he's busy, busy, busy. Busy, busy, busy. He's always doing something. Like right now with this mess going on in the quarantine and shelter in place and stuff, he's not out as much. Ooh, lightning. That was a big one. It was way over there. It was far away, but it was big. There it is. There's the rumble. I'm not close with my mom. My dad and I are close. Hey, at least you're close to one of your parents, You're right about the connection between mother and child. I mean, Beth, it's physical. It's bound to be emotional. Even if it's a turbulent relationship, you're still really connected emotionally to this turbulence in your relationship. It just makes you feel like more adamant to heal it, to fix it, I guess. But anyway, enough about the awesomeness of being a parent and a grandparent. So yeah, I'm gonna be grandma. I'm so happy. I can't stand it. Oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait. The little baby breath, and the little soft kisses. And when they stretch and their little back goes arched and their little arms go back and they got the little tiny fist that you could put in your mouth, and you can just hold them with one hand. Oh God, they're so little and cute. My youngest and I don't get along, but there's still the connection. Oh, yeah, the connection will always be there. There's an astral cord that connect a mother and her children. Yeah, yeah. And you can bond if you adopt a child or even foster a child for long term, and you raise that child up, and it grows up in the presence of you and influenced by you, and you nurture. There can still be a very strong bond there, but there's just nothing like the natural bond. There's just not. Corey, I'm jealous. I want another baby. Damn it. Well, you know what? You never know. Hi, Bean. You already know, Bean. You already know about the baby. I wish my daughter was still young enough to have more babies, but the last birth was so medically complicated that she said that was the last one. Aw, yeah. Shane had a rough one with Cosima, with the having to be induced and the blood pressure issue. But she was willing to wait until Cosima was probably 5. But the universe had other plans. Thank you, Bean. I'm excited too. I just hope a lot of this virus stuff clears up very soon so that I can go be with my daughter and my granddaughter and the new grandbaby and my son-in-law. We all want to be together. It's too risky, and everybody involved knows it's just not something we're willing to risk. Like when Madison had her operation, I couldn't be there. They weren't going to let me back. They only let one go back, so it would have been a waiting room full of everybody, and only one could go back. And Shane made it, so she filled in for when we all couldn't. The trip was just too far. My son is gay and wants kids, but my youngest doesn't think she can, and my oldest daughter says Bubba is enough. Some kids can be a handful, and they can be enough. I know what you mean. But, yeah, so I'm hoping that this stuff dies down some. I doubt it will in Florida because these dumbasses don't want to wear masks because it's against their constitutional right. They have a right to die of coronavirus, and they got a right to spread it. Anyway, I'm not going to go on that tangent. But, Shane is such a mommy. She She is. Hey, Shane. Stop opening your mouth about me. Shane, you told me I could talk about it. Don't ever tell a grandmother that she can talk about her new grandbabies and then take it back. I was just saying how we couldn't really come there because of the risk involved. But yeah, so there she is, the pregnant one. She's glowing from here. Look at her. She's radiant. Aw, Beth says, congratulations, Shane. Bean says, Shane. It's been 11 minutes. Left my ass off. Waited no time. I didn't waste any. When she told me, Mom, you can talk about it now, I was like, but at least I waited until you gave me permission. You know? But, that was your place to make that call, you know, sweetie? Her chat is sparkly. Yes, she's radiating. She's a glowing mommy. But all right, I've been on for 17 minutes. I've got a grill to start. I've got a Doug to run down the hall to get going down here. We think it's a boy, but I'm always wrong. You and yeah, y'all think it's a boy. Okay, Shane. So Bean thinks it's a boy. That was self-discipline. Waiting 11 whole minutes. It was, Beth, because I've known about this since minutes after she found out. So, yes. Shane Lee, you can't spank grandmas. That's right. All your kids are in North Carolina, Corey. Yes, no. I have a daughter in Rocky Mount and a daughter that lives in another part of that same state of North Carolina, but my son lives in Canada. Oh, Mara thinks it's a boy too, she says. I said so too. My nose is itching. Somebody's talking mad shit, man. What the hell? What in the world? The world needs more boys in the world. No, they don't. Girls rule, boys drool. It's going to be twins, Beth says. Shane, she says it's going to be twins. You're going to have to move here, Shane. I'm going to have to take care of Kasima. Or you can just give me one of the twins if they're twins. I'll take them both. Like I told you before, I have a history of collecting grandkids. I got 2 in here to prove it. Happy 4th, everyone. Congrats, Shane and Corey. Thank you, Bean. Happy 4th to you. Mars says, girl. Oh, you better not call that up. Do we have any Wiccans, any witches in the chat that can bless us with beautiful twins? Of course they are. Yeah. I'll take one if she's sharing. No, I'm not sharing my grandbabies. They're mine. Somebody needs to go knock up Beth's kid so she can have a grandbaby too, another grandbaby. Oh. Yeah, he's in Canada. Been there for years. He fell in love. Moved to Canada, got married. Okay, well, I'm going to wind this down. It's been almost 20 minutes, and I just couldn't wait to tell all my people, and y'all are my people, so I had to tell y'all. And your youngest is Wiccan. Tell her to start doing, spinning them curses and rhymes. Damn it. Anyway, thanks, everybody, and I appreciate y'all coming in and listening to me. Just be happy. This is a statistic from the pandemic that I can live with. And there's a lot of these stories out there from the chicks that couldn't get into their physicians and ended up with pregnancies. But, you know, I had no idea until it happened to Shane, and I saw the stories online. If I have twins, I'm cursing you all. No, just give me the babies. You know that I'll take those babies. I have no problem with that. Give me the babies. I've wanted to be a grandmother since I was 14 years old. But, all right, well, everyone, happy 4th of July. Stay safe. Don't blow your fucking fingers off. Avoid the storms, wear your mask, social distance. Don't let today be a regretful day where you make a bad decision because it's just one day. Just one day is all it takes. Just 1 minute is all it takes, honestly. Babies are mine, and mine only, Shane says. Seema hasn't even stayed the night away since she was born, LOL. Yeah, true that. Everyone have a great 4th. Yes, everyone have a wonderful 4th of July. I'm going to enjoy my steaks on the grill. Doug got some fatties this time. I mean, these fuckers are huge. But, anyway. Love to all. Mara, Beth, Stroker, Shane. I think those are the only ones talking. Bean. And those are the only ones talking. Love to all. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Bye. Maybe.